family farm was very, very quiet. All the animals and all the machines were fast asleep. But Roy was up and about. While on his way to fetch some milk, he went to check up on Cheryl the cow. She was expecting a little calf any time now. Cheryl was in the cowshed. "Hello, my darling," said Roy. "How are you feeling?" "I'm quite well, thank you," she replied. "Is the little calf about to be born today?" "Well," thought Roy, "we'll just have to wait and see." By this time, Tec was wide awake and ready to go to work. "Good morning, everyone," he said brightly. All the other machines slept soundly. Toot toot! They were tired, and they weren't about to wake up just yet. "Never mind, I'm off anyway," said the little red tractor as he drove through the door and up the hill. Then, just as he was about to toot his horn, Roy came to fetch him. "Come on, Tec," said Roy. "I'm going next door to fetch some milk." "Great!" shouted Tec happily. He loved visiting next door. Soon they reached next door. "Here we are!" exclaimed Tec. Then he thought, "I wonder if little Bob has started to milk his cows yet." Then little Bob appeared. "Hello, Bob!" Roy waved his hand. "Hello, Bob," said Tec. Bob greeted them. "Good morning, everyone." "Good morning, Bob," said Roy. "Would you like to come milk the cows?" asked Bob. "Yes, please," said Tec. He had never seen anyone milk a cow. When Tec went into the shed, he got the shock of his life. It was a dark, cold place, and the little tractor shivered. He felt very small. All of a sudden, the cows towered above him. "Hello, Tec," called one of the cows. "Hello, ladies," said Tec. Roy and Tec watched little Bob milking the cows. First he made sure that their udders were clean. Then he put the clusters on. The machine milked the cow and poured the milk into a big glass jar. All the while, the cow ate a delicious meal. This didn't bother her a bit. "Tec, look at the milk," said Roy. Lots of creamy milk was whooshing into the big glass jar. Tec watched the milk flowing from the jar along a pipe into another big glass jar in the shed. And then into a huge milk tank. The tank was so big it could store milk for 2 whole days, until the milk truck came. Back in the milking shed, another cow had just been milked, and Bob was letting her out of the pen. But where is she going now? Tec wondered. He'd go out and have a look while Bob and Roy carried on with the rest of the milking. "I see," said the little tractor. "So this is where the cows go when they have been milked. I wonder how many cows are here," thought Tec. "I can't see anything but legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. He tried to count the cows, but they kept moving around. "I know," said Tec. "I'll go count the calves. They're more my size." Luckily, the shed door where the calves were kept was open, so Tec just drove in. Inside were 4 little calves. He loved the calves. They were very cute. Then little Bob and Roy came into the shed, carrying a bucket full of food for the calves. They poured the food into an enormous bucket, and the little calves started eating immediately. They loved feeding time. "These calves are going to grow up really big and strong," said Tec. "Soon they'll be even bigger than me." "Come on," said little Bob. "Now it's time to drive the cows back into the field." They all followed little Bob. The little red tractor watched as the cows walked their way back into the field. Once the cows were out, it was time to wash the shed. It is important for the shed to be perfectly clean, and the first job was cleaning the glass jars. Then Bob and Roy washed the floors. Suddenly, they heard a noise out in the yard, so Tec, Roy, and Bob went to see what happened. "What on earth is that?" exclaimed Tec. It was the milk truck. The driver attached the pipe to little Bob's big milk tank. When he pressed the button, the truck sucked all the milk into its big round tank. When he was finished, the driver put the pipe back on the truck and drove away. He was taking the cow's milk to the factory. Oh no, thought Tec. He thought they'd forgotten to fill their jug for the family farm. And now all the milk was gone. Roy looked a little concerned too. But little Bob smiled as he showed them the jug. He had remembered to keep some fresh milk on the side for them. "Thank goodness for that," said Roy. For a moment, he thought they'd have no milk to take home. "Thanks, Bob," said Roy. "We will have milk for breakfast after all." Tec beeped his horn happily. "Thanks, Bob," he said. Toot toot! Roy and the little red tractor took the jug of milk home. "Thanks, Bob," called Roy. "You're welcome," said Bob. "Do you think Cheryl has had her calf yet?" asked Tec. "Well, let's see," said Roy. And she had. Cheryl's little calf had been born in the short time that they'd been next door. "Good girl, Cheryl," exclaimed Roy. Of course, there was plenty of milk for the little calf. His mommy would feed him his breakfast. Breakfast? Roy suddenly remembered the jug of milk. He brought it into the house for Molly and Katy's breakfast. It's a good thing that Tec doesn't drink milk. They'd need more than that little jugful.